So to work on fee tracking and you get the fee tracking system working properly, these are the steps you need to take. Number one is you need to record the type of fees. You record the type of fees that the student pays. Example, there is school fees, there is exam fees, there is textbooks, there is uniform. Any other type of fees that you have, the ones that the school collect and record in their register, this is the fees you record. Okay, now the next step is this is step one. Okay, this is step one. Then step two is to get the fees, group the fees. Okay, the step two is to group the fees. You need to group the fees. You need to group these school fees and exam fees and textbooks into a particular group. And for maybe new just one students or new just two students or whatever are the people that pay the school fees and exam fees, and the old just one student are the one that pays maybe school fees only and maybe exam fees. Now, the new JS students might also need to pay uniform fees, textbooks, and school fees, everything together. So this is why you group the fees, because the new JS and the old JS are not the same. Another thing is the JS3 student may pay different fees because they have to write junior WAEC. The SS3 students may have to pay different fees because they have to write senior WAEC. For this, you have to group the fees, okay? Now, after grouping the fees, the next thing is to allocate who pays the fees. You allocate who pays the fees, and then that is the third step. Then the last step, which is the fourth one, is to now get invoice and record the payment. With this, you can track payment. So I'm going to quickly go and show you how to do that. So using this interface, first thing you go to student accounting, and then goes to fee types. So when you go to fee types, you now come over here and click on add fee type. You add fee type, you select which part of your school branch is the fee assigned to, maybe the secondary session, and then you can now name the fee. This could be tuition fee or maybe registration fee. Now you can call it registration fees. Okay, now this is the fees for registration, and the rest of it all. Registration into the school. This is a standard registration fee. Okay, now you save it. When you've done that, it saves into the system and loads the interface back to here. You have so many other type of fees that I've already assigned here, but I'm redoing this for example sake, for demonstration. So this is the last one I did now. Secondary school registration fee, and here fees for registration into the school. So this is it. I can delete it, I can edit it later, but this other fees here, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to go straight to fees group to group the fees which they are going to pay. Now I'm going to come over here and select the secondary school, and for here I'm going to now select the I'm going to now select the group. I'm going to write the group that's going to pay this. I'm going to call this new intake. Okay, so this is fees to be paid by new students. Okay, now I'm going to select the registration fee, and for here I'm going to put that it is due as of today. That is any day, just due as of today. Then the amount I'm going to put here would be 45,000. Now, you don't need to put the comma and all that. The software will be able to handle that for you. So now, this is a registration fees. Now remember, oh, this is new intake, and I forgot to indicate this is new intake for JS1 to just 1 and 2. Okay, just 1, 2, 2. Okay, new intake for just 1 and 2. This is okay. So fees to be paid for by new student for JS 1 and 2. Okay, so this is 8. So I'm going to put the next, that's JS, JSS textbooks, and it's due as of today, and total of it, I'm going to put 10,000. Then graduation and events, I'm going to put that it is due as of today, and also put two, let's just put it 4,000. Okay, so miscellaneous. Okay, if you have any other thing you need to put, but let's just leave miscellaneous and work with this three for now. Okay, so that is good. I will now save, and I'll save this. Very good. So this is saved. This is the group, the fees group. So remember, we've done the fee types. Okay, the fee types from here, we selected the fee types, and we selected secondary school. If we have selected nursery and primary school, that means that when we go to the fees group, when we go to the fees group to create the fees, when we go to the fees group here and select nursery and primary school, the list will now come here. So this new nursery and new primary is coming out of here. Why? Because we selected nursery and primary. If we selected secondary, when we are creating the type of the fee, then you will see the JS and the SS. So if you select nursery and primary and you are seeing secondary school fees here, that means during the fee type creation, you selected the wrong branch. Okay, so now I have created the fees group. Let us check the fees group. That is secondary school, new intake for just 1 and 2, graduation fees, textbook, and registration fees to be paid by new students for JS1 and JS2. Now I'm going to allocate or determine who pays the fees. This is the number 3. Allocate who pays the fees. Now select the secondary school and select JS1, and I'm selecting the JS1A. Now I'm going to select it for new intake into JS1 and 2. Select it. Now here, this is a new student, precious, this is a new student. This is the only person that I'm going to assign this to. All these other ones are old students. So if I want to assign to more, I can select. So this 1 and 2 are new students, while all these other ones are old students. So when I save it, now they are now owing that amount. The information has been saved. They are now owing that amount. Now, if it is that I will now have maybe old students, let's create another one for the old student and assign to 1, 4, and 5. So fees type. We are going to go to fees, select the secondary school section, and we're going to put it sorry, pardon. This is for the fees group. That is what we need to do now. We don't need the fees type anymore because we'll have some information on the fees type. So we need to create a fees group for the O student. That's what we need to do. So we'll select the secondary school section, and then we're going to call it returning student fees for JS1 and 2. Okay, so this is a fees to be paid by returning students into JS 1 and 2. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to go to this and select the graduation and event and select registration fees, only these two. Now, it is important that you make sure you retain the same amount. If so this is going to be 4,000, and for the registration fee, let's say they're paying lower, or maybe instead of 45,000 they're paying maybe 25,000 or anything like that. Let's just put it 40,000. They're paying 40,000 and due as of today. Remember, due date is important so that the system will be able to know when the person is have not paid on time and late payment. So this is it. So I'm gonna save it now, and so this is for returning students. This is for new intake. I'm going over to allocate the returning student. So secondary school section, just 1 and A, and this is for returning students. This is for returning students. So we come over to number 1, 3, and 4. It is important not to assign the fees to the wrong person so that you will not end up having to delete them manually at the end of the day. So I'm just going to save it now, and that is it. So how do we know who is paying, who is owing, and who is not owing, and all that? One way to check this is to go to manage students and go to list of students for this fee tracking. So student list, we're going to select the secondary school section and just one and the sections, different sections. So here we're going to now see their fee tracking now. They have not paid their fees, all of them. As you can see, they have not paid their fees. This is at 0% for everybody and it's different fees. Now I'm going to go to student accounting. I'm going over to student accounting here and going over to fee payment. So this is the last step to get the invoice and then record the payment. Get the invoice and record the payment. So just one and select the section. So we now have what they are paying. So this, their fees this person is paying is returning student fees for just one and two, while these two are paying for this new intake. So I'm going to now pay, I'm going to collect the fee. So I'm going to click here. If I want to print the invoice for them, I can just click on one and print. Then you will see the you see the what is it called, the invoice. So I'm going to filter it again. My system did not open it, so I'm going to filter it again. Very good, it's loading now. So this is the invoice. This is the invoice. Total amount to be paid is 44,000. The information is graduation and event and registration fees. You are seeing it here. So this is for this is the fee the student is supposed to pay, 44,000 naira. So I'm going to close this. Now what we need to do, okay, let us see another person that is a new student and see what the person is paying. Print. So this person is paying 59,000. This is 59,000. This person is paying graduation, JSS textbooks and registration fees. So this is different from the first one. So all these 4,000, 10,000, and 45,000. So this is for returning students. So that being said, to collect it now, I'll just go over to view. This is to collect the fees. So I'm going to click on view. Now I'm going to collect the fees. This is collect fees here at the top. You collect fees. So you select the fees you want to collect, or you're collecting all. If the person is paying full at the same time, that's not paying half payment, you can just go to fully paid, and you select how the person made the payment, cash or bank transfer, or the person paid from their own dashboard. That is user payment. User payment is when the person paid and then submit evidence of payment. Then if they pay and submit evidence of payment, you see it from here, user payment. That is the parent paid by themselves, and you can approve it. Now that is but if the person paid in your office or the cashier, you will select any of these means, which is cash, POS, check, or bank transfer. So right there, and you don't need evidence of payment sent to you specially, you can collect it immediately. So cash, let me just select bank transfer, select the bank that was paid to, and then write in any remark, and then click on fee payment. Automatically the system will record that the fee has been paid. I will not record this so that I will not conflict with the database. But that being said, this is how it is done. If you are paying half payment, maybe registration fee only, you now select registration fee. The software will impute the amount. Don't edit that, or else it's going to record that you are still owing, and that will automatically have a pending fee. So there's no fine for late payment. There's no discount. If there is need for any of this, you can impute it, but we just left it so that you can see what works for you. Payment method, any method through which the person made payment, which I've already talked about. You select the account that the person made the payment to, and then you write your remark and pay. This will automatically reduce 40,000 from the total money and make the person to owe 4,000 balance, then you can now see it from the payment system here. So this is how you deal with the fee tracking and the fees collection. If there is any question at all, please refer to the admin of Smart School Management. Thank you.